Jefferson Laruan. I am the worker of Lily of the Valley Organic Farm.
You're the expert.
You are the honor.
So, siguro na-orient na kayo kung kailan kami nag-start, what were our challenges. So, dito lang muna tayo mainly sa discussion sa composting para maging mas malinaw yung idea natin sa paggawa ng compost. Kasi noong una, maraming mga farmers na medyo atubili sa pag-adapt ng technology na to. Kasi unang-una, sabi nila, matagal, mahirap, at saka walang source ng materials for the composting. So in a way, we are employing or we are using the rapid composting technique. So, rapid composting technique. Ito, pag nasunod natin yung tamang protocol, there are 5 protocols na susundin. Pag nasunod natin yun, in 15 days ready ang ating compost. So 15 days time. Unang-una, umpisahan ko doon sa mga protocol, no? Number 1 is your carbon-nitrogen ratio. Your carbon-nitrogen ratio should be 30 parts carbon, 1 part nitrogen. Okay, 30 parts, 1 part. Pag percentage naman, 70% carbon, 30% nitrogen. Okay, paano natin makukuha yung ratio na yun? Ang carbon natin, ang source ng carbon is coming from the stem, the woody parts of your material.
Dry leaves.
Pag dinadry na kasi natin yung leaves, nawawala na yung nitrogen. So there are some principles that we have to understand para magawa natin or we can come up with a quality compost. Quality means mataas ang nutrients, mataas ang elements at the same time. It is not, hindi siya nagkukos ng contamination sa ating lupa. Okay, so that's the first protocol, carbon-nitrogen ratio. Second is yung moisture. Kailangan tama yung moisture niya. Kasi pag sobra, magli-leach yung mga nutrients. Pag kulang naman, mahina yung pagtrabaho ng mga microorganisms para ma-decompose. Okay, so third is the size of your material. Kaya kailangan natin i-chop-chop, kailangan natin i-shred, kasi pag mahaba, malalaki yung material, mahirapan yung mga microorganisms. So the more that we reduce the size, the more surface area where the microorganisms can work. That's the third one. And then pang-apat, yung size ng inyong piling. Piling, the minimum is 1 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter. Okay? Ang piling niya. Maximum is 2 meters by 2 meters by 2 meters. And then,
po ba yung sahig is concrete or
hindi naman necessary na concrete. Ang necessary is the shed. Okay? So, kailangan nating may shed para pag tag-ulan, hindi mag-leach yung mga nutrients. At the same time, yung araw, hindi tatamaan ng direct ng araw yung compost natin kasi nawawala yung ating nitrogen. Nitrogen is volatile. Pag natamaan ng heat, natamaan ng sunlight, nawawala yung ating nitrogen. At ang compost natin is very low in nitrogen. There's only more than 1%. Pinaka-maximum mo, you can get mga 1.5, 1.7. Kaya pag nawala na yun, masyadong mababa na. Kaya nitrogen is very important sa ating mga tanim kasi siya yung nagpa-facilitate ng pag-release of the other nutrients para sa mga tanim natin. So that is composting. And then, pang-lima is of course your turning. We do an average of 3 times turning. So we do it every 5 days. On the first piling, after 5 days, we turn. Another 5 days, we turn. And another 5 days, we turn. So nandun na yung ready for use. So as you can see, yung orientation natin. Nandito yung fresh bagong pile. And then susunod yun. Pag minove natin yon, i-move natin yon, i-move natin yan, and then we will pile another fresh one. Yun yung sistema na na-develop namin para ma-sustain. Kasi we do not only use once. We use it actually in one cropping time. Like for example, our broccoli is 65 days. Twice kami nag-a-apply. Okay, so you could just imagine, and we use about 10 kilos per square meter. So if you have 100 square meters of land, yung effective area, we do not, hindi natin sinasali yung mga kanal, yung mga hindi nagagamit, no? So 1 square meter, we put about 10 kilos.
How do you apply it when there's already a plant?
We do top dressing.
Sa
So twice kami.
surroundings lang.
Sa surroundings lang. Una is basal application. Naglalagay kami bago
Before
tanim.
planting.
Before planting. And then during pag may tanim na,
Same
we do
ratio?
top dressing.
Sa
Same ratio.
basal
Yeah.
preparation.
Same ratio.
Now, yung secret ingredient,
Okay, our wood vinegar.
wood vinegar.
Yun yung ginagamit namin na compost activator. And we produce our own wood vinegar.
Can we
So-
do that in our farm?
Of course, if you have materials.
Ano
kung
po
may
yung
mga
mga
kahoy
materials?
kayo. Kasi wood vinegar is adapted from Japanese technology which is mokusako.
Oo, naman.
Mokusako is literally translated as wood juice or wood sap.
Juice.
So yung nagiging wood vinegar siya because of the fermentation process. And it takes a minimum of 6 months fermentation bago natin gamitin.
Anong nilalagay to ferment?
Wala na.
Molasses,
Wala
wala
nang
na?
fermenting agents. Basta yun lang. Yung nakukolect na condensate. So in a way,
Ay,
after this,
steam mo.
after this, pupunta tayo doon sa planta.
Ay, sa Mukusako.
Oh, sa Mokusako.
Kasi we only have 30
Okay.
minutes.
Sige. Okay. So here. Okay. This is our burning chamber. Ito, dito sinusunog yung kahoy, no? Ito, nabubuksan ito. Nabubuksan yan, nilalagay yung kahoy. Then we insert the fire through this hole. May butas ito. Nakaano lang kasi pinatay na namin. And then, the smoke, while it is burning, the smoke pupunta doon sa condenser. That is the condenser.
So it
May-
will produce vapor,
Condensate,
condensate
yes. From the vapor.
from the vapor na.
So, yung condenser na yan, may tubig around, ano? Dalawa yan ng parang malaki at saka maliit na drum. And then around is water to cool down. Yung smoke na pumapasok doon para mag-condensate siya. Bababa yung condensation. And then we gather, lalabas dyan. May balde dyan na nakasalang.
Yun na yun.
Yun na yun. And then we put it in the drums. Kaya makikita nyo, marami kaming drum, no? Hanggang doon sa dulo. Pinupuno namin yan. In 3 years time, pag napuno yan, 3 taon namin gagamitin.
3 taon din.
3
same
taon.
same duration.
How to mix decomposed.
Okay, ganito, para ma-sustain, no? We have to innovate para ma-sustain. Kasi unang-una, bawal sa DNR pagputol ng kahoy. So we have laws, no?
May specific type of wood, sir, na kailangan.
Okay, ganito. Let me finish my explanation, no? After that, you can ask question. Sige. Para ma-sustain itong pag-produce ng Mokusako, I planted caliandra trees around the farm. Caliandra tree is like an ipil. Parang pamilya ng ipil, no? Na fast growing and pag kinat mo, nag-grow ulit. So hindi siya nawawala, tuloy-tuloy lang. In 1 year's time, ang size ng inyong caliandra tree is about 2 inches. 1 year's time. So imagine, yung 3 years, umaabot na siya ng 5, 6 inches diameter. And that is to sustain and at the same time, to hindi naman circumvent the law, no? But, kasi, when the DNR came, na nagano sila, sabi nila, dapat pag 6 inches na daw yung kahoy, you have to apply for cutting permit. So, of course, source of income nila yon. Pero sa atin, loss, no? Loss sa ating mga farmer. So, I have to reason out with them, sir, this is not a forest product. So, yung
Planted
sinasabi
species.
mo is applicable only to forest product. We are not gathering from the forest. I planted this purposely, so it is not a forest product, it is farm product, harvested as farm product, and processed again for farm use, for farm input. So wala na kayong masabi. Tamang-tama naman, my reportedly cousin, no, which is now the president of BSU, was the dean of agroforestry sa BSU. So nung nagrason ako, sabi nung DNR, tinuro yan sa inyo ng inyong pinsan. Well, whatever. We have to justify, no?
Yeah, planted species.
Yeah, it's a plant. At saka ano siya, invasive. Pag nagtanim ka ng isa, in 1 year's time, hindi na lang iisa, 100 na.
Parang kawayan.
Oo,
Saan ko
madaling...
kukuha ng binhi, sir?
Ha?
Saan ko kuha ng binhi?
Actually, binili ko from a private. Supposed to be kasi ito, dalawa yung aking purpose. Una, gusto kong magkaroon ng apiary, yung magkaroon ng bee. And may nagsuggest sa akin, sabi niya, kung gusto mo, magtanim ka ng kalyendra. Kasi pag 60% ang kinuha ng bee from the calyndra, parang may golden hue or color ang inyong honey. Kaya tinatawag na golden honey. That was one of my purpose and plan. Pero nang ma-introduce na sa akin ito, nawala na yung isa na lang, yung to sustain my production.
Maybe someday, sir.
Siguro.
Tuloy mo yung
I don't know.
beehives mo.
I'm already 72.
Bata pa.
Nagbibilang na ako actually.
You look young.
Kaya nga medyo frustrated ako sa aking binata kasi parang
Ayaw
hindi
sumunod.
interested sa agriculture.
Farming, agri.
Well, anyway, I hope yung mapangasawa niya is interested sa agriculture.
O yung mga apo, sir?
Hindi tayo nawawalan ng pag-asa. No? Kasi, of course, alam na natin yung sitwasyon ng agriculture natin ngayon.
Pero it's getting more profitable to engage in agri right now.
It depends po kung anong...
Ka nakatutok ka talaga.
Unang-una, yung leveling up ng mindset ng mga farmers.
Okay, sir, sustainable.
They have to think of farming as a business.
Yeah.
Oo. Pag yung ano lang na tanim, benta.
Without any room for improvement, mahirap.
Kaya unang-una is we have to help other farmers change their mindset and of course change their heart.
Okay, sir. Sir, can proceed na po. Kasi we need to depart by 9:30, sir.
Okay,
Sir, let's go na
so
po.